Alright guys, let's talk about the new epic changes coming to melee in 3.25. There's a lot of skills and they're getting buffed, all the melee ones, anywhere from 1.5 to 3 times the damage. And first thing I'm going to show you, I'm just using a character that has basically just some silly stats set up. I just went through a whole bunch in AoE. I just took a guy on standard and put like a ton of points in AoE, so I don't really have any damage. I'm also using a Veranestra to get bonuses for a couple extra AoEs. But the first one I want to show you, this thing's like alien technology. Perforate of duality. This thing is nuts. So basically the normal perforate is just like this. You have some spikes. And I also want to show you, okay, this one has +2 spikes from the quality now. Basically all you do with this one is you hold it down. And you switch from between blood and sand stance. And this thing just goes berserk. 15 hits. And this one, I think it's like 15, but it's all spread out. So, whenever you change a stance recently, you get 10 additional spikes. You have less damage while in blood stance, and more area effect while in sand stance. But the best part is you can just sit here seamlessly attacking and change your stances without interrupting. And that's crazy. I think this is probably going to be the best skills next league, and I'm excited to play it. Alright, just so I can show you, literally I have ZDPS, 8,000, alright? Going in the home sweet aqueducts. Look at this, just massacre and stuff. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful skill. Let me throw some Splody on now. Oh yeah. Still doing work. Spell's just going to dominate. It feels so good before the buff. Alright, so I got the list pulled up now. Perforate of duality. Original efficiency is 265. It's getting boosted to 622. That's almost double. True, it does lose its flat damage, but it has a total of 2.34 times total damage. So, yeah, this thing's probably going to be super expensive also, too, because it comes from Heist. But hopefully I can get my hands on one of these. Alright, so I'm going to start moving down the list. Next we have is Pestilence Strike. Alright, so Pestilence Strike does 60% of physical damage converted to chaos, 60% chance to poison on hit, and more poison duration. And it's basically just a attack, melee strike, AoE. And this is going to be our biggest buff spell of the league. Oh, let me take the Splody off. Get a better look at it normally. Just, yeah, your basic attack. Nothing too special, but the damage is going to be huge on it. I don't know if it's might be a possible good boss killing skill. We will see. But, yeah. Nothing special. Let me throw the Splody on now. Let me see if there's a possibility for this to hit twice. Nope. So this is basically just a one-hitter. Oh, let's take a look at the quality. So we get 20% more poison duration for the quality. I mean, I'm sure you can make it do more work this... Oh, yeah. See, you put some Splody on it and it clears. Keep in mind, too, I have an insane amount of area. It's like 180%. I mean, I'm sure this is achievable with GG gear, but, you know, this is kind of high for, you know, your basic early starter build. And that is Pestilence Strike. Alright, next up we have is Double Strike and Double Strike of the Impaling. Both original weapon effectiveness is 140%, and they're both getting buffed up to 409%. The regular Double Strike does lose its flat fizz. The Double Strike of Impaling does not, but it doesn't have any, so we don't really need to worry about that. Okay, and the quality on the original gives you a 20% chance to deal double damage to bleeding enemies. That's actually kind of big, honestly. That could be huge for single target. And then the Impaling one is Impale Effect. Yeah, pretty basic. I think this has huge damage potential, though, with the double damage. All right, let's throw some exploding on now. See if it clears better. Oh, yeah. Much better now. Yeah. Not too bad now. Alrighty, that's double strike. Looking good. Alright, next up we have is Lacerate of Hemorrhage. This has an original weapon effectiveness of 120, and it's getting buffed up to 346. That's almost 3 times. Holy crap. It does lose its flat, but we're going to have a total of 2.88 more total damage. And Lacerate's a pretty popular skill, I think, amongst the melee players. Let's see what the quality does on this. Okay. 40% more damage with bleeding. Okay. So basically this one just shoots out waves somewhat like Reeve, but if the monsters are caught in the middle, they can be hit by both. Okay, this one does not have any effects with blood and sand, I believe. Take off the exploding. Now, you know, I got multiple options of exploding here. I grabbed these Ascendance gloves, and then Herald of Ash, and then Herald of Ice, and then I do have another exploding chest here. You know, there's tons of options for exploding for melee these days, so you shouldn't have any issue of finding something. Let's go ahead and give Lacerate a shot. Oh yeah, it's feeling good. Damage definitely lacking at 11,000. Let's throw some exploding on. I feel like this is going to be a really popular option amongst the melee builds. My damage is definitely lacking, but I think if I was properly set up, this would be a great skill to use. It would feel really good. Alright, that's Lacerate of Hemorrhage. Alright, next we have is Perforate of Bloodshed. Original effective damage is a very low 85%. Up to a whopping 245. That's huge. Again, true, it does lose its flat damage, but it gets a total of 2.88 more total damage. Now, I'm liking all these Perforate so far. See what the quality does in this one. Okay, so 20 quality, you get another spike. Bring it up to a total of 5. This one's already 20. So this is kind of like the one we had before. Looks like we have no changes, whether you're in blood or sand. Well, that's flesh and stone. Let me grab blood or sand. Yep, same either way. Just wanted to double check. Okay, we got Explodey off. Let me check this out now. Oh yeah, it does work. It's actually pretty decent AoE too for no Explodey. Look, I'm really liking Perforate either way. Just really nice, honestly. I have a feeling this is going to be popular this league. All of them. Oh, I've got to turn it on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's clear and good now. Well, it was clear and good before, but even better. I'm liking it just as much as the other one, honestly. Well, the other one was crazy, but this one feels good too. I mean, you don't have the 75% less damage. You get the full force of it. All right, that's Perforate of Bloodshed. I'm liking that one. Okay, next we have is Frenzy of Onslaught. Original weapon effectiveness is 135 up to 353. False, it does not lose its flat damage. Does it have any? Looks like it does not. And it's going to be a total damage increase of 2.61 more times total damage. Oh, there is a big note on this one. So the original Frenzy is just going to be for bow and wands. The Onslaught one from Heist is for melee. So you're going to have to actually get the melee, or the Heist one for melee. Looks pretty basic and simple. Pretty simple. Damage alright. Throw some Splody on now. Definitely helps it out, obviously. Like pretty much with any melee skill, even if it's single target, you pretty much blow everything up with Splody these days. There's also really another useful node on the tree that lets your other targets get hit in the area too, so that's nice. Alright, that's the new Frenzy. Okay, up next we have regular Lacerate. An original weapon effectiveness damage of 154, getting boosted up to 393. Yes, it does lose its flat damage, which this one's only level 2, but it says 7 to 10. And getting a total of 2.55 times more total damage. See what the quality does in this guy. Right, increased attack speed if you've changed stance recently. That's kind of useful. Alright, so you have a 25% chance to cause bleeding while in blood stance. And more damage with bleeding while in blood stance. Increased angle while in sand. Okay, so this one's going to actually have some big changes with it. Take off Explody. Just your regular Lacerate. Blood. Switch to stand. Okay, so we get a lot more AoE stand. I like this. Alright, so this is cheap and easy to get regular buff rate. It's looking good, honestly. Throw some Splody on. Oh yeah, it's gonna feel nice with Splody. Pardon my crap DPS. Like it, I like it a lot. I believe you can get this at level 12 too, which that's... Alright, next we have is Viper Strike of the Mamba and Viper Strike. Both the original weapon effectiveness of 154, both getting boosted to 392. They both lose their flat damage for a total of 2.54 total damage. Alright, let's take a look at this. Okay. They are different though. So your Viper Strike of the Mamba is basically physical damage converted to chaos. 60% chance to poison on hit, where this one has a big poison damage. 200% more poison damage, but you can only put one poison with it. If they don't have a poison, you can't inflict it. And then the Viper Strike regular, basically it lets you hit with both hands. Both weapons if you're dual wielding, but it's 20% less damage. So that's kind of nice. You can technically get a lot more damage out of this upfront hits with the buffs. Let's go ahead and throw Mamba in there. Yeah, I got the generic basic look attack, but yeah, this does work. This looks, I don't know, it's hitting a lot already without any loading. Interesting. Let's go ahead and throw some on. Yep, doing work. Not too bad. Could have a fun poison build, maybe with like the Butcher Dino's kitchen knife or something, and spread lots of poison with it. Possibilities of this. Let's clap on the Viper Strike and see if it's the same. The other one. Yep, looks exactly the same. Basically, if you have two weapons that you can hit with both. Alright, there's the Viper Strikes. Alright, next is Sweep. This is a two-hander only skill. 281% original effective damage of your weapon, going up to a whopping 664. That's a ton. That's a huge buff. You are losing flat damage. You're getting a total of 2.36 times total more damage from Sweep. Okay, this is just a level 10 one. Let's see what the quality does. Oh, wow. So you get Radius. Let's go ahead and slap that on. Alright guys, let's see some Sweep in action. Oh, that looks awesome. I'm liking it. Doesn't really need explodey for sweep, huh? There you go, that's sweet. Okay, next we have the original Perforate with the 265 original weapon effectiveness up to another whopping 622. It loses its flat for a total of 2.34 times total damage. Alright, so this one has 75% less damage while in blood stance. Alright. So it's the same as duality. And our quality gives us +2, so we got a total of 7 spikes. So it's basically the same as duality, except you don't get the 10 additional spikes with 75% less damage. So this could be, I would say, a very popular starting choice as well. I'm really liking this prep rate. Give it a little explodey. It would definitely help out in this setup. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely helping. I think I'm gonna lead start Perforate. I really like this setup and try to aim for getting a duality. You know, you got your AoE and then you got your single target. Definitely a nice setup. Alright, that's the basic Perforate, and this is level 1, so you can get this at level 1. Wow, so we can actually start the league with this skill. Man, I think I'm sold. This looks great. Alright, Chain Hook is next. I almost skipped this one because I'm like, it's just a movement skill, right? No, it can kill. Alright, so Chain Hook has an original of 169% effectiveness of damage, your weapon damage, boosted up to 393. False, it does not lose its flat damage, and it's for a total of 2.32 times more total damage. Alright, and Chain Hook, this is level 3. I do not see any flat damage. Let's see what the quality does on it. Alright. Gain rage if this skill hits any enemies. Now there is some changes to rage. Not sure about the total full changes to it, but let's go ahead and check this out. Oh yeah, see, it doesn't work. Explodey, you're clearing packs with this. Chain Hook don't mess around. It's like, yeah, it's just a movement skill. No, this thing blows everything up. And that, my friend, is Chain Hook. It's gone a long ways, huh?